We're just on our way out to Willow Waters.
Willow Waters or something like that.
And this is a cool little gorgy thing. Lots of unsealed roads, so I think we'll leave Tony a bit dusty until we get maybe towards Broken Hill Way. I don't know. Pretty country though again. Yeah, the weather has fined up. We got a couple little rain showers earlier in the day, but it's looking pretty good right now, eh?
And not enough rain to do anything.
No, it didn't even keep the dust down. We may actually indeed get out to the ranges there, because we're sort of halfway now. Lots of dead kangaroos. They just sort of leave them where they lie. And I guess slowly they get picked away, and that's it. Haven't seen any livestock yet. There's some ruins off to the right there. I don't know if you can see them. So these are the gates to Willow Waters Gorge Camping and the Flinders Bush Retreats. Well, I said corrected. We are actually going to be entering in these foothills here. A bit of road work been happening here. I would imagine in the wet this would just be terrible to try to get through. There's some neat rock formations, little spires and things coming up. Straight ahead, there's one. Willow Waters Gorge.
So this is the gorge.
This is the gorge. Down through the creek again.
This is neat, isn't it?
It is neat. Lots of little, probably cattle trails and things crisscrossing around the hills.
These big gums.
Big old gum trees again.
Oh, this is really pretty. Look at that tree.
Oh man, that is so cool. Some big rocks in the creek. Oh. Sorry guys, you're gonna get a little seasick here holding this camera.
Along here.
Yeah, we've just passed two, but the gee whiz, they're probably at least 50 meters apart, eh?
Oh,
would you say?
easy, yeah.
And they give you a massive area, so you could, you know, come out here if you wanted to.
I don't think I want to meet another caravan here.
No, that wouldn't be that great.
Oh, there's the
Willow Waters, oh, a little dam there. Yeah. Obviously we're crossing the creek again. There you go. Imagine there's water flows down there at a rapid rate of knots in the rain season.
Should I have this in two-wheel drive?
You are in two-wheel drive.
I am? I'm sorry, I'm in four-wheel drive.
You can do, yeah.
So
Just turn it to the up, straight up. Straight up. Yeah, that's right. When we're on roads like this, it's Nice just to put it in 2 high or 4 high. It just gives you that little bit more stability, security. Get my finger out of the way.
This is lovely.
It's kind of neat because it's probably something a lot of visitors to this area wouldn't do.
I want to meet another vehicle. Where do you go?
More of our river gums.
Willow waters, I would think there'd be willow trees.
Well, you would think so. So there's number 4. So a big space, as you can see.
I think you need to bring your own water.
I would say so. And up the hill. And here's the gate.
Would love to be backpacking and camping through here. There's so much character. You can only imagine the water that must come flying through here. And at one time, somebody built, would this have been a bridge or what, Neil? The rock work here. Don't know why that structure is bricked up there. Just as a dam to keep the water in? I don't know. Very bizarre. Can't figure out the purpose of that. So this is Kanyaka Homestead. Just talking to a chap who's taking professional pictures. And he said just keep moving because the place is swarming with ants, and he's right. Ants and flies. And they bite. So I don't know if I said this. This is Kanyaka Homestead. At one time, I think it was about 1850 that it was first set up, and they finally gave up in 1880 because it just wasn't viable. They started out with, at one point they had up to 41,000 sheep, and when they packed it in, I think there was only 10,000.
Yes, they are.
The ants are insane, and the flies.
No, I'd say that the people are insane that's walking around the ant.
Like, look at that, Neil.
Yeah, I know. Or a gal would say, I know.
This was the men's kitchen. God. You really have to watch where you stop, even for a second. Actually, at one point in time, this was supposedly like a village here. Back when they thought it could be viable. This was the cart shed. Interesting, there we have a solitary palm tree. So this was the actual homestead. Only guessing bedrooms. Every place had a fireplace. Every room has a fireplace. Sorry I'm walking so fast, it's just the flies are horrific. This is the overseer's house. Wow. I'm guessing one of these was the kitchen and the other the living area. Here we have the stables. And the back of the stables. And here's the dunny. I think I'm safe here for a minute. I'm in the middle of the road. I don't see any ants. But I've got about 500,000 million flies on me. Tony is looking very inviting. It's interesting though, just thinking of all this abandoned and the hard work that would have gone into building it and getting it ready. Boy, he's a die-hard photographer to be standing still like that. I haven't done anything without moving constantly and waving my hands all over the place to try to get rid of the flies. I don't know if I already got footage of this or not. Not sure what this was. Root cellar maybe in there? There's a stairs going down to it, so that's what I'm assuming that is. Smart, I have my hat and my net on. And so does Neil. So we're now at the shearing quarters in the Kanyaka homestead, is that correct?
Shearing shed.
Shearing shed.
Shed, yeah.
And the wolf shed, and then we're going to do the walk to Death Rock. So that should take about an hour and a half probably with pictures. So in 1864, some 40,000 sheep were shorn on Kanyaka Station. This is a Kanyaka wool shed. They were herded into pens through the large doorway at the eastern end. The shearers, each of whom had their own stand, would take sheep from the central pens, shear and put them into separated outer pens. Sheep were then counted for the tally. It was constructed with local stone and lime mortar made from local limestone. Wow, big shearing shed, because they could have 24 shearers working at the same time. There's the floor plan of the wool shed. I'm assuming that's where Kanyaka Creek runs when they have any water or any rain. And this is the shearers' quarters.
And again, not too...
Yeah, they weren't too tall, or they didn't give them much room. Somebody had their own room there, or did they all have their own rooms?
I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe they shared.
Oh yeah, there were probably like 4 or 5 quartered in each one. Ah, this is what I was looking for. This would have been the kitchen.
Is this the cooking area?
Yeah.
With the fireplace?
Well, it's got the fireplace, so I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Lovely little walking trail. All along by, I guess that was a river at one time. Creek, big creek.
When the water flows, it'll flow. That's
Yeah.
sure. I must admit that the nets are helpful.
Thank God.
At least we're not eating the flies.
They're crawling all over our hands and arms. That looks like a man-made hut there. I can't believe all the flies.
There's a few around the lens on your camera. There's a bunch on your arm. Did you scratch yourself?
No,
they're just hanging around.
Gives you an idea. No, just hold it still. Of the flies. Like we're both just covered.
Yeah.
That's the remains of a hut there. This is quite the gorge in here. Wow.
Yeah, that's something, isn't it?
Certainly is. Oh my goodness, there is water there. Just a little bit, but water nonetheless. So here's a little bit of water that is here.
Mm-hmm. It's quite clear.
So we believe that this is Death Rock.
We think it is.
Yeah.
So it goes. There's an account of a family group attending an old person at the point of death who wanted to die in the shadow of the large rock by the waterhole, leaving the sufferer in the shadow with a supply of food and water. Other family members camped nearby, checking from time to time until death occurred. This is the origin of the name Death Rock, which is now an Aboriginal heritage site.
Cool. Can't stand still any longer. The flies are unbelievable. Well, this would be a nice camping spot. Oh, I can see more water, Neil. There's quite a bit of it.
Wow.
Cool. Well, that really surprises me.
Considering they haven't had rain for ages.
Yeah. So that would be where the elder laid by the pool to die.
So, did we do that?
Is that what we're supposed to do?
Well, I don't know. In the outback, they throw a pebble in to say that we're here or something.
Oh, okay, then do that.
So I don't know if it's right or not, but just welcome. Thank you. We are here.
And that's like a dinosaur's big footprint right there.
It is.
Well, that was definitely worth the walk and the flies. Can't believe I'm saying that. The minute you stop, they're just crawling all over you. Yay, almost back at Tony. Bye, flies. Hopefully soon.
Wilson! Really cool skyline. We're coming into Hawker, and there's the Flinders in the background. I just found the magnification button.
It's our good steak from Denmark tonight.
Oh, those Danes, they know how to do a steak.
That's our Canadian lady who has the...
From the peg.
From the peg.
Winnipeg.
Oh, from Winnipeg, yes.
Get in the program, babe.
So we're going to try a rump steak tonight. Now, we're not used to cooking not that good a cut of meat, but she said it would be good. So we're going to try and see how it goes.
And if it is good, then I'm going to get her to send me a whole container load to Tamworth. No, I'm not.
Good idea. I love the smell of onions on a barbecue. I love the sight of watching Neil cook on a barbecue, because then I can sit here
I
and
can manipulate my tongs.
indulge in, stay away from my bubbles. That. Oh, smells good.
That smells good, doesn't it?
Yep. And again, stoked with our fly catchers. After today's experience with all the flies, would not have been fun to be trying to cook outside here and flies all over the place. And they have no idea that they're supposed to go to bed at 6 o'clock.
Oh.
And so are you making me the perfect steak?
I'm going beyond perfect. I'm going to Nirvana steak.
Oh. Alrighty. You're setting a high benchmark. Ooh.
My claspers are...
There's steam pouring out of that baby now.
It's not steam.
Smoke.
It's smoke.
It's smoking, baby.
Turn it over right now. You watch this.
Wow.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Doesn't that look good? Oh.
Don't look at it anymore. Okay, hang on. Sneak. Okay. Okay.
Waiting for the steak, which is coming shortly.
Wow.
So here's dinner. Our salad, our mushrooms, onion, garlic.
Look at that.
Mustard cream sauce.
Oh my God, Father.
Our steak.
And
Bubbles.
how good is this?
And the chef.
Well, co-chef.
Verdict is that is really good.
There you go.
And it's a rump steak.
Mm. Yum, yum, yum.
So the old boy's been groaning and creaking a little bit more than usual. Legs really kicking up.
Ready to blow up. Yeah, but we had a good day.
A really good day. And before we even start anything, dinner tonight was to die for.
Magnifique.
The steak was cooked to perfection. It was a steak that, oh my God, we got in Denmark. Oh, a month ago?
Yeah.
Over a month ago.
Came over on a slow boat, sailing boat. No. The Batavia.
It was from the Canadian lady who had the butcher shop and had the meat from her own farm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was cryovac, so it was fine.
Yeah.
We may be dead tomorrow, but whatever. But, oh, geez, it was just...
That's why we're doing the video now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was a rump steak, which normally we just go.
I don't mind a good rump, actually.
But it was to die for. Okay, I digress.
Okay.
I top up. Today was a really good day, starting out with the Jeff Morgan thing. Like, that was wow. And I know...
Local artist.
Yeah, the video would not have done it justice.
Yeah, but just sensational. And as Charna says, if you're ever in this area, it's definitely worth going
You
to.
absolutely must do. It is like up there in the top 10 highlights of my trip. I don't know what the other 9 are, but it was just wow. Really.
The Cloud 9 brothel in Kalgoorlie. Yeah.
Behave yourself.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, really good. And so then we came back, we had lunch, and we went and did a little drive, did Willow Waters. Willow Waters sounds almost like a soap opera.
Or an old folks home.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think a soap opera. Almost like Wickham Waters.
It could be. Yeah, Wickham Waters.
Wasn't there an Australian one called Sylvania Waters?
I think there was Sylvania Waters. Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, digress again.
So basically just a drive out through the sticks, and we went through a narrowing of the hills, so making a gorge, and so we've got the water course with the big river gums, and it was lovely.
And then we did Kanyaka Homestead, which again I would have loved to have spent more time just walking through it and trying to get in the mindset of those who were there 100 years ago. But the bloody flies and the ants, like you just couldn't get out of there fast enough. And I know I went on and on in the video about it, but seriously, guys,
No, she didn't go on and on about it.
I didn't.
No. She was curtailed in her dissertation about the insect life.
So then we went to the wool shed part of it.
Yes.
And well, as you saw, and the not Devil's Rock. Was it Devil's Rock? Was that the name?
Ooh, Death Rock?
Death Rock, that's it, Death Rock.
So, the first part, and I said after that, we've got fly nets and trekking poles. There's a great idea. Let's use those.
They were fantastic.
At least we weren't eating the flies, or they weren't. The flies tend to want to go for moisture, so they're into the corner of your eyes, up your nose, in your mouth, in your ears. Not good.
Yeah, but my arms were covered. Your arms were covered in flies. Your back was covered in flies.
I don't care. I just don't want them crawling up my nose.
So, note to self when we come back, which we will, is long, lightweight pants and long sleeve, lightweight shirts. Because you ain't going to change the flies here.
Unless you have napalm.
But once the nets were on, at least the face was okay.
Yeah. And that's the big thing is just, again, I get back to going to the eyes and clog up your nose. Don't like that. Yeah. So it was a great walk. And then went down. We found the water holes.
I was shocked that there was water.
Yeah, even though they haven't had rain forever, there's still these water pools below this rock, and you can see how maybe that would be a thing that.
Oh, definitely. Well, that was the one source, guaranteed source of water here, which the Aboriginals knew.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was a sacred, important place to them.
Yeah.
Because they knew they had water there.
We tried to be respectful. I don't know if we did the right thing. when we were in the outback so many years ago. You throw a pebble into the water and announcing that you're in the area, blah blah blah. So I don't know if that was right or wrong, but we tried.
But it was the best of intentions, and I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, respectful.
Respect,
Yeah. And then we came back here and
checked out a couple.
First of all, we respectfully opened a bottle of champagne.
No, a beer first.
Oh yes, a quenching ale, then some bubbles.
Excuse me,
it's starting already. And then we went and checked out Dave
and Karen.
Poor name.
We didn't check them out.
Poor name choice.
Yeah, Karen. We didn't check them out. We checked out their Snowy River van, which is
their undercarriage.
Yeah, and their undercarriage, which is a 17.
The van's undercarriage.
A 17-foot, because they're
it's
thinking
like
of
Stuart and Yvette's van, but it's a 1 foot up model. So it's got the bolster bed, which is a north-south bed. Stuart and Yvette have an east-west bed. The Snowy Rivers are about that much narrower than our van, and so when you go into them, they're lovely, but you can feel that little bit of constraint. So lighter and all those sorts of things, and it's all compromises with vans.
But anyway, so we're still sussing things out.
But all in all, a fantastic day.
And the weather started out this morning not looking so good, but it
we
ended
actually
up
had a
being
couple
beautiful.
little rain showers.
Yes, not enough to cut the dust,
No.
but it was rain.
Yeah, a little bit of rain. And tomorrow we're going to attempt to do a fairly large drive into the sort of middle of the Flinders area.
Yeah. So I think that's it.
I hope so. My turn again?
Toodles. Yep.
Right. I will check in with all you folks tomorrow and give you the update.
And we're having chocolate sponge cake with fresh strawberries.
Oh, talk slower.
And ice cream that has been melted and frozen and melted and frozen.
It's not been crystallized
and frozen in the freezer. So right now it's sort of in a state of soup. So we're going to mix that up. It'll be yummy.
It'll be yummy. Are we going to grate any chocolate on top of it?
Apparently
not.
You can if you want to.
Okay. I'll let you know. I'll let y'all know how it went tomorrow. Hasta la vista. Good night. Ciao. I'm going to go to the square. Yeah.